Record the session, please.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I got some other urgent call. Okay. Good evening, everyone. In this session, let us discuss about IDOC. Basically, IDOC stands for Intermediary Document. We use this IDOC to exchange the data between two systems. It may be the SAP to SAP or SAP to non-SAP. In IDOC, in SAP, we use two kinds of IDOCs. One is ALE and another one is EDI. ALE stands for Application Link Enabling, which helps to exchange the data between two SAP systems. And EDI stands for Electronic Data Interchange. This is used to exchange the data between SAP to non-SAP system. So this is the image. Like here, for example, this company is using SAP system, and this plant is using SAP system. In that case, we use ALE. If this company is using a different system, or this company is using SAP system, and this one is this plant is using different application. In that case, we can use EDI. For example, in SAP, when we generate a payment file, when we execute a F110, one payment file will be generated. That payment file, how we transfer to the bank by using IDOC, we can transfer, because we can when we generate the file, it will not go to bank directly. It will store somewhere in our repository. So normally banks will use their own applications. They will not use SAP. So in that case, we can use EDI. In FBCP configurations also, we can see DME and EDI, these kind of checkboxes in the payment method tab, if you guys remember. Okay, in IDOC, we can see two directions. One is the inbound IDOC and another one is outbound IDOC. Inbound IDOC means when our system is receiving the data from others, different system. In that case, we call it as an inbound IDOC. When we are sending the data from our system to different system, that is called an outbound IDOC. Here, what is happening? Our system, the data is going out of our application. And IDOC structure. Every IDOC contains 3 records. One is control record and data record, status record. Control record contains the data like what is the IDOC number, message types, and port number, whatever the technical information needed to generate the IDOC or send or receive that IDOC. That technical stuff will be we can see under the control records. And data record. A data record means whatever the data we want to send or receive from a different other system to our system, or our system to different system, that the actual data stored under this data record. Basically, this data record contains the segment, which for example, if we take the Word document, in that we can see header segment, header, footer, and normal text. In the middle, we can see text. I'm not getting the term, what we call it. Body, sorry, body. So like that, whatever the data, for example, if we are sending one PO to the vendor, in that case, we are sending a normal document, but it is through IDOC, we are sending the same information in the form of electronic message form. That is the difference. So in IDOC also, we have different segments. One IDOC can contain many segments. In that segments, each segment contains the various fields where the actual data would be stored. And then status record. under the status record, we can check whether when we execute a IDOC, whether it has processed successfully or not. We can check over there IDOC status. Like if it is successful, we can see the 53 and 16 for here every status code will represent with the one numeric number code. So 64 is for inbound IDOC. By seeing these codes, we can identify that whether it is inbound IDOC or outbound IDOC also. Similarly, for if it is processed successfully, in that case, we get a different codes. If it is not successful, that in that case also we get different codes. And these are some of the configurations for the inbound IDOC. First, we create the IDOC type. In IDOC type, we have two types, like basic type and extension types, where we can see we can configure those under the transaction code W30. And message type. We can message type we can configure under W81. This message type we can say like which kind of data we are sending out of our system. Like for example, you might have heard about MATMOS, which is related to the material master and DebMAS for customers. You guys might have heard about this these words. Those are the message types. And once we create the message type, we have to assign that message type to the IDOC type under the transaction code W82. And we have to create the functional module to receive the IDOC under the transaction code W42 and define the functional module characteristics. These are the technical stuff. I just gathered the information from the web. We can create the characteristics under the transaction code W51 and assign the inbound functional module to the message type W57, define the process code W42, creation of partner profile W20. And then we can check the IDOC status under the transaction code W02 or W05 also we can check. There we can check IDOC status. And these are some of the questions related to IDOCs. What is the logical system? Logical system is nothing but we are giving the unique identification code for a sending system and receiving system. What are the IDOC types? As I already mentioned, we have two types of IDOC types, basic type and extension type. Mostly we use basic type until unless, it is very important. We don't create the extension types. What is the message type? Yeah, message types or like this MATMOS and DebMAS, and for POs also there is some you can check on internet. I'm also not aware fully. Segment contains the fields. It contains the records. Actually, segment defines the format and structure of the data record. A segment is a collection of fields. And here you can see the T codes also in your system. If you have the access to SAP system, you guys can check. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. If anyone have any questions, you can ask. I try to clarify.
Inbound maximum it is like purchase requisition, purchase in purchase order creation, material related, related. Am I correct? Inbound documentation.
Inbound documentation, it depends on the whether you are, for example, if you are purchasing, in that case, we are sending the purchase order to the vendor. Then it would be outbound IDOC.
Yeah.
in case of the sales order, if we are receiving the purchase order, in that case, we can, we can say that it is an inbound IDOC.
Presentation is nice, Parvati.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello.
Good explanation అండి. డాక్యుమెంట్ షేర్ చేస్తాను.
Parvati garu,
Yeah, please tell me.
do you have any idea about internal department also use inbound
Your voice is breaking.
breaking? Okay. Internal department also use inbound document, inbound IDOC document. That means from one department to another